on SynGate, which is maybe you know the label SynGate.
Yeah, SynGate, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then now, so are you all the stuff is in SynGate? You make any money, any royalties from there as well? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, not so much. I'm lucky enough that I break even. Yes, I can my musical projects can carry themselves.
Sure.
So, but I could not live on the.
But
on the income.
What about Bandcamp? In Bandcamp, you have a lot of albums. Are you selling them? Yeah.
You know, usually when an album is new, when it's released,
yeah.
I see some sales for a week or 14 days, and then the sales go down.
Right. Yeah.
And from the back catalog, so to speak, from the old albums, which are also on Bandcamp, I only rarely. I mean, once per year, someone buys one of the old albums. I don't know why that is. I always thought from some point on, maybe the people were looking for my old music too, if they like the new music. Yeah. But that doesn't appear to be the case.
Yeah, maybe sometimes you gotta do like a special where you mix. Pick 3 albums and I send you one of the old stuff for free if you buy 3 or something. So then you can, tell the audience, well, you have old stuff too. That is good.
Yeah. Maybe like that, yes.
Do like a promotion, man. I want to bring your attention to a couple of tracks, okay? That's some mostly for Spotify. If you remember from the album Footprints, The Sequence of Memories. I don't know how the composition come together. You remember or hard to?
I think that it's based on an improvisation.
Yeah.
Many of my Berlin school kind of stuff is based on improvisation. And this track was the main track on that album, which is dedicated to Edgar Froese.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
That was the situation was he passed away in early 2015, I think.
Edgar Froese?
Edgar Froese, yes.
No, recently. No, recently, about 3 years ago.
Yes, 2015, I think. Wasn't it?
Really?
I think so.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, wow.
Anyway, where should I begin? Of course, I was upset and sad because he was one of my heroes too.
Yeah.
And a fellow musician, Christian Fiesel, who also had a radio show, he made a tribute radio show and invited other musicians to provide tribute tracks to Edgar Froese. And he also invited me. And at that time, I at first said, well, I don't like to do tribute tracks. That's a personal thing, because I feel strange, like, your hero musician dies and you grab the attention of listeners by holding up your tribute track. That feels a little bit like I get attention because he died. It just feels strange to me.
I understand, yeah.
And I told that also Christian, but he said, well, but I really would like to have your contribution, and people like that, and I know you loved Edgar Froese and so on. And he also talked, like the other guy, he talked me into it. And I said, okay, I will try that. and it was a hard thing for me to do, and I really worked hard on that first track, which is on the album. And while I was doing so, I also was doing sessions to test sequences, to test some constellations of sounds which I wanted to use. And when I decided to release that album on Cyclical Dreams, which, by the way, is a label from Argentina, you know them?
Wow. Yeah.
South America, great guys, all great musicians themselves. I really like them. And they asked me if I want to release an album there, and I said okay. And I had the opportunity, but I had no new material. So I went to my hard disk, and there was that music I dedicated for the radio show to Edgar.
Gotcha.
And I said, okay, it's 5 years ago by now, and it's okay to release that music on an album now. I didn't do that so far. So I used that track, and I needed 2 or 3 more tracks to fill a whole CD. And then I went back to the sessions that I made and completed them. And the track you mentioned is one of them.
Yeah.
Basically, there was sequences from 2015.
Yeah.
And I just rearranged them and recorded some overdubs to finish the track.
What about Monocosmos from the album 100 Million Miles Under the Star?
Ah, yes. That was my very first album on SynGate, my very first label release.
Yeah.
And it was also very special to me. And I recorded, I think, 8 hours of music, and from which I picked the tracks that made it onto the official release.
Yeah.
And at that point of time, it was difficult. I remember I had recorded a couple of tracks, but they didn't feel right. They didn't seem to have the atmosphere I was looking for. They were nice, but I thought I need something better. And then I actually started to improvise and play a lot by hand. And Monocosmos was one of the early attempts of playing ambient music live and improvise it. And I really liked it at that time. And it was like a turning point. And after I recorded Monocosmos and maybe 1 or 2 other tracks, I decided that this was the direction I wanted to go with the whole album.
Yeah, good.
And yes.
Yeah, very beautiful. The other one is from the album During Adult and Other Tales, Scenes from 1,000 Miles. I don't know.
Can you just, I did.
Yeah, Scene, I think it's called Sing from 1,000 Miles. For, I think, an album, if I remember correctly, for the album During Adult and Other Tales. No, maybe you don't know.
It's from SynGate.
Yeah, just, SynGate, yeah.
During a lull, okay. Excuse me, which one of them do you
was Seen from 1,000 Miles.
Ah, okay, I know. Okay,
that's you have a good in Spotify. You know, it's I think it's a very good track. Yeah.
Yes, this is. Well, there's no special story to that actually.
Yeah.
After I put out 100 Million Miles Under the Stars on SynGate, which happened because I became friends with Kilian Schlöm, who is by now the owner of SynGate, but we became friends when he still wasn't the owner. 1 year earlier, he was the one who did the MySpace page of the label and who did photographs for the label, but he wasn't the owner, and the owner sold him the label 1 year later. And when he became owner of SynGate, we were friends, and he liked my music. He knew that from MySpace and from Last FM, I think, if you know that. And he said, okay, now I'm the one who can decide which artist to include to the label. And don't you want to join? And of course, I wanted to join, and we had an agreement to do 1 album per year, which I did. It started in 2012, and since then each year I have 1 or sometimes even 2 albums on SynGate. And these are also the albums who are on Spotify.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so yeah, Killian, I exchanged a couple emails, and with Killian every so often he sent me a link. This is a new artist, check it out. It's a new artist. He's a very good, I never met him. He's a good person. Yeah.
Yes, and, it's a very kind guy.
The guy who introduced me to him was the guy I need to send the questions to. What's his name? Mario
Schönwalder?
Yeah, I'm going to be interviewing him as well. Okay. I think he doesn't speak English that well, so he told me send me the question ahead of time so I can prepare it.
Yes.
And so I will. Yeah, he sent me a lot of music. Mario sent me like a big box, or he's a very good people. Very good person. So it's a lot of very good German. And do you looking back in your life, if you could go back in time, if you can open a show and play with it, what will be the top 3 names that Claus Schulze, Edgar Froese probably come
for collaboration?
Yeah, if you have the opportunity to play with any of them, who that would be?
I mean, yes, sure. It would be great to play with Claus Schulze or with any of my heroes. I mean, there are so many brilliant musicians. I can imagine it would be great to play with them. But I always have to think, would it be great for them to play with me as well? And then I think, well, maybe they wouldn't need me as much as the other way around.
What about Brian Eno?
Yeah, I adore Brian. Huh?
Brian will like your stuff. Of course, I don't know him, but
I don't know. I mean, Brian Eno is, of course, a hero of mine too. I mean, for example, the Shoot-Off Assembly. Do you know that album?
No,
it's one of my key ambient albums which I really immersed a lot. The Shoot-Off Assembly. On land.
Yeah.
And other. Yes, sure. I mean, no, but what is really interesting is I have all these synthesizers and computers and this electronic sound, which is wonderful in a way. But the interesting thing is to combine it, I think, with more acoustic instruments or more traditional instruments or singers. And I would, for example, I would love to do something with, do you know Wolfgang Tiepold? He's a cello player. He played on some of Claus Schulze's albums.
No, I need to check it out. Let me.
Yes, I think he's retired by now too, and he is such a wonderful cello player. And I would have loved to learn to play the cello myself, but I never did. So collaborating with the cello player, that's a great thing. Or I don't know, a trumpet player, to have someone like Niels Peter Molberg. I don't know. Do you know who I mean? He's maybe I pronounce his name incorrectly. He's from Norway or Sweden, I think, a jazz trumpet player.
What's his name?
Niels Peter Molberg.
No, I don't. No, I will need to check it out.
Great. He is great. Check him out. He was like. Do you know the label ECM?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Of course, where Keith Jarrett and Eberhard Weber and these guys who.
Pat Metheny, all of them. Yeah, all the big names. Yes.
Yeah. And I think Niels Peter Molberg is also on ECM. His early albums. I mean,
the other big label. I'm quite sure you know a lot of them. There's the I see what's called innovative communication.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of very good music. There's a lot of very good music out there, man.
Yeah, Claus Schulze founded that.
Yeah,
and then sold it later. Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully, man. I'm hoping to one day to have like, either if I can do like a written interview with Claus Schulze, if he doesn't want to do like a live, I need to respect the privacy of the person, right? So I cannot invade the privacy. But, if I send him a link of the radio station and say, well, he talked to him, he talked to that, will be,
I mean, I can, a good friend of mine is called Olaf Lux, and he has written a book on Claus Schulze recently. I don't know if you've seen that.
What's his first name?
Olaf Lux. He wrote a book on Claus Schulze just last year. And I did the cover design.
Wow.
And we know each other more than 10 years by now. And he is the founder of a German group of Claus Schulze fans. It's called Deutsches Claus Schulze Forum.
Wow.
Anyway, and he, when he wrote the book over the years, he worked on it for about 5 years, and I could watch that from close distance. And then he contacted, of course, tried to get in touch with Claus himself, which didn't work. But he's in touch with the management, and he's in touch with Claus.
Wow, that would be. Did Claus like the book? He read the book?
Actually, yes.
Wow, it's amazing, man.
Yeah. And well, I can ask him if he can ask for you.
Yeah.
And maybe that makes it a little more likely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
would say, okay.
Yeah, to see if that.
But I can't promise.
Of course not. Yeah, I will. I'm in the process of. I'm in touch with the other two big names that I like, Michael Honig, and then.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we exchange some emails, and hopefully we'll do it this month. Some people like to do like a live interview. Some people send me the question, I will reply. Some people are in between. Other people. Yes. You need to respect the personality. But at least. And then the others, Manuel Goshin, that I like his music too. But I have a wide range. I like you, right? There are some days that I want to listen to electronic music and your music and Brian Eno and whatever, Peter Baumann and Claus Schulze. And other days I say, no, I don't want to listen to electronic music. I put jazz rock and Peter Gabriel, Genesis, Blondie, Coldplay, but depend on the mood, It's
of course, yeah.
Are you planning on releasing? Are you working new material at this moment?
Yes, there will be the follow-up actually for Footprints. You mentioned Footprints on Cyclical Dreams. We'll do another album which will be released in late July, actually.
Yeah.
I think July 23 or something. It will be a double album, and actually, it's not really completely a live album, but I used material from 2 streaming concerts, which I played earlier this year. One in March and the other in April.
Are there stores somewhere like a YouTube or somebody can listen to or no?
You mean the concerts?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are still on YouTube. Yes, the original concerts.
I need to check. I will need to listen to stuff.
Okay. Yes, but I expanded a little bit on some tracks.
I got you. Yeah.
So there were. Huh?
So you say with SynGate, you need to do like at least one a year, right?
Yes, I try to do that, and it worked out so far.
Yeah.
So it has been 8-9 years by now.
That's
so next year is my I don't know the English word. It will be 10 years next year.
Gotcha.
And we can do maybe something special then.
Of course.
10 years in SynGate. Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned the cello player. Do you know who the band in Flirk?
Yes, I noticed that.
Yeah,
you made an interview.
Very good.
I need to. They are a favorite group of mine since I don't know, 16.
Yeah.
I have 2 of their LPs. I really love them.
And very good.
And I didn't know that they are still active because I never heard of them again. I have these two great CDs, but then nothing.
Yeah. So I interview both 3 members. Yeah. And then I interview, of course, the main guy from Flirk who now retired. But one of the people, and then another I interview and look it on the webpage. Giannis, and I will send you an email. No need to write this. I will say,
okay.
He and his wife, they are very good cello player, and then they play violin. And I think if you should. The 3 of you put something together, man.
Oh, do you think? Well, yeah,
why not?
Huh? Why not? Yes, why not?
Like I don't care what everybody thinks or does. I have certain goals and I want to do it. I want to go for it. At the beginning, right when I put the frame together, I said, who will give me an interview? Right. It's true. People are not touring. People are at home, musicians at home. Maybe they will email me back. A lot of people didn't email me back. Now, a lot of people are writing me for interview. And remember the first email they put together, I sent it to Steve Hackett from Genesis.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the first interview. And I say, Steve, I love your music from Genesis. I'm just starting a website. I only have like a 50 listener, nothing. I didn't want to lie, right? The simple beginning.
Yes.
And he said, yeah, I will do the interview.
Cool. Great.
And then like 3 interviews after that, I interviewed another guy from Genesis, Anthony Phillips, who the guy doesn't do any interviews forever. So I got lucky and became friends with a lot of these people. So it's somebody to give you an opportunity. The worst scenario, they would say no, right? So still a lot of people, don't reply back. A lot of people say no, but I'm recording a new album, reach out in 6 months. A lot of people say, well, I never heard from them back,
Yes.
But you need to keep on trying, man. Don't give up. I have 64 interviews, and I want to reach 75.
Can you excuse me just a second?
No, take your time. Take your time.
My telephone is ringing, and
no problem. Yeah, let me pause. Yeah, I'm recording again. I pause, and you need to keep on trying, man. You need to, some people will say no, some people will say yes, and then you need to keep on trying. I'm always positive. I'm always positive. I don't, like when you read the article, right, in the Claus Schulze, they say, real musician, they cannot be part-time and this and that. I don't care.
Yes,
I do my thing. So
that's the best thing to do anyway. Yes.
Yeah, you need to be, optimistic. And don't care, man. You know, go for it. If you have a goal, an idea, a project, a music, just do it, man. Never too late, you know.
No.
You gotta do it,
Yeah.
man. I was thinking, man, I have things been, Father's Day and everything. I don't want to extend it too long, but I was thinking I will send you a separate email after this, Michael. I will send you the video for you to
Yes.
upload in your Facebook. But we need to do like a part 2 of this. It's very
If you
hot
like,
here.
yes.
Huh?
Okay, wonderful.
During next week we do a part 2 and then a part 3. And Steve in the morning, he was talking about Tangerine Dream, early days, and Astro Temple, Agitation Free. So I need to do like 3 interview with him, So I will. So let's stop it here, and then we will do like a part 2 and a part 3 next week, and so forth. And because there's a lot of music that I wanna cover with you, a lot of different albums, and you mentioned a lot of names, and I need to look into that and ask you more specific question. But it has been great, man. You're a good person. Yeah, I like talking to you, Michael. Maybe between now and then I might learn some German phrases so I can probably.
Okay, we can try that.
You can try. Well, say hello to your wife, Michael. Keep on producing good music. I will send you an email shortly when I upload the video to the website.
Wonderful.
And then we'll do another follow-up next week, man.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you very much, man.
It was a joy.
Appreciate it. Take it easy, man. Thank you, Mike.
Bye.
Bye, Michael.